Hello, everyone, and welcome to Our Ventura TV. I'm Sandra Siepak. The Ventura County Area Agency on Aging offers many services to seniors. Today, my guest is Monique Nowlin. She is the Deputy Director for the Ventura County Area Agency on Aging, or also known as VCAAA. And we are going to present some information today and tell you a little bit more about all that they do. Thank you so much, Monique, for joining us on the show today.
Thank you, Sandra, for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Very good. I'd like you to tell us more about VCAAA and an overview of the many services they offer seniors and also caregivers here in Ventura County, and a little bit more about their mission too.
Sure, Sandra. Thank you. First of all, I'm so glad that you mentioned that we have services for seniors and caregivers. Many people aren't aware that we have services for both parties. For seniors, we offer a vast array of services, and really our overarching mission is for older adults and people with disabilities to age in place with dignity and maximum independence. For the caregivers, we offer supportive services because as a caregiver, you can't continue to deliver quality care to your care receiver unless you fill your own cup up. And many people don't even consider themselves a caregiver. They just think, well, it's my mom or it's my dad or it's my aunt or uncle, my responsibility. And that may be true, but also it's an opportunity for you to recognize that those supportive services that you provide your loved one, going to the grocery store, running some errands, helping them pay their bills, that makes you a caregiver. So some of the services we offer are chore support services, because as we age, we can't often clean the house in the manner that we have become accustomed to doing so. So we have chore support services. We have education for a myriad of services. One of our premier programs, if you will be, is the HICAP, the Health Insurance Counseling and Advocacy Program, HICAP, that helps older adults with Medicare issues, concerns, fraud. I said we have chore support services. We have evidence-based exercise classes for fall prevention. We have information on elder abuse. We have information on senior nutrition. Just like I said, anything and pretty much everything that will help an older adult or a person with disability age in place in the community that they know and that they love.
Good. Absolutely. Let's talk more specifically about some of those services you mentioned and what you offer for both seniors and, as we mentioned, caregivers, because we don't want to forget about them. They are playing an important part in the well-being of seniors, and both can benefit more from knowing all that you offer and what's available to them. They may not know what's available out there. So it's good that you can kind of point each thing out.
Sure. So there's so much for me to point each thing out, but I can offer some information on the most salient points, the highlights of our time today. In particular with the pandemic, I won't say it was abating, but with the pandemic, the resources that became most important are the resources of food. People, older adults and people with disabilities and their caregivers initially were sheltering in place, staying safe at home. In some cases, because we help the frailest of the population, we have active older adults, but we also have older adults who can't leave the home, who have limited mobility, and they still need the food resources. During the pandemic, we served, and we're continuing to serve, 4.8 million meals. Right now, we are still engaged in our COVID-19 response, and we continue to serve seniors who need meals at home for those that aren't able to go out and get the meals themselves. So I'd say right now, the best resource, the most requested resource, one of them is food. The other is transportation. Now that the world is opening up a little bit more, bus tickets have become, they have a cost now. They were free for a little while during the pandemic. And so many people don't know that we offer bus tickets so that people can get to those older adults that can move around town. Hairdresser can get to the grocery store. And very important to the caregiver and the senior is that we provide Medi rides. Many of us are caregivers, we're adult professionals. our parents need our help, but we have our jobs. Sometimes we still have children and we might not be able to take them to that medical appointment. But Ventura County Area Agency on Aging offers 2 Medi rides a month, 2 appointments with a loved one or a caregiver that can go with or without. They get picked up, dropped off, waited for, and then return home.
Those are really important things, because today, if you have an opportunity to go for an appointment, especially during the pandemic, it's been extremely hard. Some people may not have the transportation options, and this really provides, a good service for both the caregiver and the senior.
Yes, absolutely. And it's just a little known fact. The pandemic, being that we were able to serve so many people, really opened the eyes of the community to who we are and what we do, because they never would have darkened our doorstep otherwise. And so when they've come forward, besides the food, we provided wraparound supportive services so that they can continue to age in place and age with maximum independence for their situation.
I think it's good that we also mention a little bit more about the caregiver, because there's many people today who are becoming the caregiver for a parent, a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, a family member, a relative, even a friend, because they may not have anyone else. And most important is to keep that person comfortable in their home rather than take them out of their home. So that's a good thing to focus on. So I think it's great that your agency provides those services to both seniors and caregivers, and caregivers should not be forgotten. They are a very intricate part of that person leading a full, good life.
100% agree.
Good. What are some of the qualifications that many of these services that you have mentioned offer? And if you want some of these services, what are those qualifications that you have to have?
So among the myriad of services that we offer, there's different qualifications.
Okay.
In most cases, it's 60 plus, but as you heard me say earlier, we also serve people with disabilities, because we are actually an aging and disability resource center, which really means there's no wrong door. If you come to our doorstep and you're a grandparent with a grandchild, or you're the senior themselves, or the caregiver, or any professional, we're able to connect you to resources. So I'd say the overarching requirement is 60 plus. Of course, we do strive to help people of modest means, but as we all age, regardless of income, many times we need assistance.
Okay. What would you say, as we talk about these services, what are the top 3 services that seniors call the agency about? What are you hearing from many seniors who are out there that really need help? And what are those 3 things? Let's leave it at that are most important to them.
Food, or senior nutrition.
Okay.
Many people in the county don't have the opportunity to get fresh fruits and vegetables or 3 meals a day. So that's called food insecure. 2, transportation. They need to get where they need to get to do what they need to do. Might be a medical appointment, might be getting to the hairdresser, because as we get older, sometimes we aren't able to drive anymore, but we still need to go places. And perhaps the senior centers for activities. And then 3, I would say housing. Affordable housing is a concern for many people in the community, but especially seniors.
Is the housing situation doable for many of these people?
It is. I want to say that we are able to connect some individuals with housing through our home share program.
Okay.
Others that aren't able to connect in that way, or maybe don't need a house per se, the support services that we provide enable them to stay in their home. So actually, if they work with our health, our HICAP team and review their Medicare options, and perhaps we can help them with some savings and enroll them in some benefits that they didn't know that they were entitled to. That limits their financial responsibility, which could also keep them in their home. So we support them in a myriad of ways, and that's how we help seniors stay in their homes and find homes in the community.
Right, and find them good housing that they can stay in and be comfortable in. Good. For those viewers interested in learning more about VCAAA and the services, all these services that we were talking about today, that your team offers, can you please share the website and any contact information that they can go to receive more on these services?
Yes, thank you for asking. So it's www.vcaaa.org,
Okay.
or you can call 1-800-510-2020. And when you have an opportunity, log on, call for one of our Live Well magazines, which is our resource guide that
good.
provides so much information. We have it online. And if you're not comfortable going online, please call the 800 number and we can mail one of these to you as well.
Great news. Great to hear that. Thank you, Monique Nowlin, Deputy Director for Ventura Area Agent on Aging. And I want to thank you for sharing all that information so that we have that out there for our viewers who may need these resources very much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Very good. And thank all of you for joining us today on Our Ventura TV. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye, everyone.